Hey everyone, it's May and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book writing episode number 9. This is my third book writing episode that I've done this summer. At the beginning I talked about my goals. I did like kind of an update once I was done with TEFL, and now it is officially the end of summer. I have 3 more days till school starts. So as I said in my last video, those goals that I talked about in the first video were like extremely unrealistic. Like I don't know why I always do that. Like I just set these like completely unreachable goals for myself and then I don't reach them. Like I really should have tried to do something more manageable. But I did make some progress, like literally like a fraction of like what I said I was going to do at the beginning. And honestly, I could have done a lot more, but I just completely lost like all inspiration and motivation toward the end of summer. Like for a while I was really working on stuff, but then I just literally didn't feel like it, and I like didn't touch anything for like weeks. And then just recently I have picked back up my first book to work on editing it, and that's been going pretty well. I just have to like make myself do it and like pick at it because it is very overwhelming to like try to edit a book. And so with that I've been going through, and like it really amazes me that like this time last year I was also editing it and going through it, and I'm like looking at it like, how did I keep this in there? Like there's so much that sounds bad or should be changed or moved, and I've been cutting a lot of unnecessary stuff, which I did some of last time and in my novel class as well. And I've been making some actually pretty, why did I say that weird? I've been making some pretty big changes actually. Not like huge changes, but like more changes than like grammar, you know what I mean? So I'm weaving in this thread through the whole book about why the main character wants to go to the college she wants to go to. And I got the idea from Gilmore Girls, woo! I didn't really have like a concrete reason for why she wanted to go to like this college, and now I'm making it be that it's like a family legacy. So like everyone like on her dad's side of the family has gone there, and so like it's been like a part of her life growing up. So I'm like weaving that in there, and I think that's gonna make that better. I changed a scene completely. I'm about to cut a whole chapter and like weave what was in that chapter into the next chapter, because that's part of altering my book to make everything in this book make sense, because that was something that was gonna like come back in the sequel, but now I'm not writing the sequel, so I have to fix that, and that's gonna be pretty big. And then other than that, I don't know of any like big changes that I see ahead. I'm like kind of in the middle right now, not quite halfway. I'm also like keeping a list of things that I want to do like next run through that I'm seeing, or like things that I've sort of started but haven't finished, so I have like that in a Google Doc, so that's good. So yeah, my goal is maybe to get to like page 100 by the time school starts, because I do have some time over the next few days, and then I'll just try to like continue it during the semester. I don't know if I will or not, because I'm gonna be really busy, but you know, we'll see. And then I did write a decent amount of spring break book, as I talked about last time, so that was good. And I wrote a little bit of second book, not very much, but I did open that document and I worked on it and I cleaned some stuff up and wrote some stuff. I started outlining, I don't remember what I was calling this book, but it's like my most recent book that I've started, but I didn't get very far. And then I didn't even open the document for best friend book, which honestly may never be written because it's such a hot mess, and I like didn't touch it this whole summer. I was like, I'm gonna fix it, and I didn't. Yeah. And then I didn't work on study abroad book at all, because I don't even know. I think like what I have, like the writing, I actually really like it and I think it's good, but like I don't know. I'd have to change so much. This is what it taught me. Don't write about a place that you haven't actually lived and think that you know how things work, because you don't. Like I wrote about the school, like literally the school that I ended up going to, in like a certain way, and it wasn't like that. So like now that I know the reality, I have to go back and fix it, and it would change the whole plot. So anyway, yeah, that's that. You know, maybe I could make it work. I don't know. I worked on third person book somewhat. I started like another scene or two, and I really worked on like the climactic scene. I wrote a lot of that in and I was really happy with that. So still plugging away on that one. And yeah, I think that was about it for updates. I did get an idea for a new book that I'm super hyped about, and I like did some outlines for it, but I can't start it because, as we learned from Study Abroad book, don't write about a place you haven't lived, and half of this book would take place in a country that I have not even been to. So we're not even gonna go there because I don't want to have to go back and edit it and find out that it's wrong when I do visit this country. So, guys, this book, I have so many ideas. Like, the first 2 chapters are very solidified in my mind, but it involves like a large bit of magical realism, which I've never tried writing before, and I feel like you have to kind of explain that at some point, and I have like 2 ideas for what the explanation could be, but like, I don't know. And also, this book would be my first attempt at writing about someone much older than I am. My main character would be about 25, I think. So like 4 years older, okay. But like someone out of college, like out in the world, I feel like that would be hard for me to write about having not experienced it. Like, that's what I'm realizing as I continue to write. It is so much easier to just write what you know. That's why they say write what you know. Like, I have one of my books literally takes place at Cal State Long Beach, and I have to do no research except to look into the program that my main character's in, like her major, and like what the requirements and classes are and what she'll be doing. That's it. But for all my other books that take place on different college campuses, I have to do so much research and watch people's vlogs and watch tours and do research on the dorms and blah blah blah, and it's just like, it's exhausting. Like, it is so much easier to just like write about what you know. Like, I don't want to write about what I think it would be like to be out of college and then be out of college and realize that it's not correct. Just one more thing I wanted to talk about. I'm just like talking about what I'm struggling with writing, just in case it's interesting for anyone and for me to look back at later. The thing that I'm noticing that I'm struggling with, especially when I'm editing first book, is how to make the flashbacks connect to what's in the chapter. I feel like it's very hard to write a book without flashbacks. Like, most books have flashbacks in them, and some books have like structured flashbacks where it's like chapter to chapter. Like, chapter 1 is like the past, chapter 2 is the present, whatever. And my best friend book would be like that. But even then, you still have to think about it. Like, why are you placing certain scenes next to other scenes in the past and present? Like, I feel like there has to be a significance. In the book I'm reading right now, the author is amazing at this. Like, she knows exactly where to place things to make them make sense. And it's not even, like, sometimes it's not a full flashback. Like, it'll just be like a paragraph at the beginning of the chapter talking about something about the main character's childhood, and it'll tie in really nicely with the chapter. But what I'm noticing when I'm editing my book is that, like, sometimes I just like dump something in the chapter and it's like, why is this here? Like, this doesn't connect. Like, I don't know. It's hard. So just something I'm working on. There's so many things that go into writing, guys. So many. I don't know what song to do. I have so many options. This is a song for Spring Break book, but don't be confused by the lyrics. There's not insta-love in this book. I am not a fan of insta-love. It's just like the general vibe of the song. We do not do insta-love. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And please, as always, leave any comments or questions down below and tell me about what you're writing and how your projects are going. Hopefully better than mine, LOL. I will see you guys next time. I make videos every Monday.